Fueling up real quick in Spanish Fork before we head through Spanish Fork Canyon. We got dumped on with snow last night. Mike and I were actually planning on heading up north and west, kind of on the Utah-Nevada border, and that area got over 24 inches of snow just last night, and with the snow drifts and stuff, it's just going to be probably not passable. So we're going to head down a little bit more towards the desert and do some exploring northeast of Green River, which is an area that I've never done any exploring in, so it should be a ton of fun. I've spent a ton of time in the Green River area, and yet despite that, I've never been kind of on this northeast part of town. I always love looking at the big book cliffs over here, and while I don't think we're going to be able to get up on top of them due to the snow, there are a bunch of trails that run right up next to them that we're going to be checking out today and tomorrow. Can't imagine how cool it would have been to have built this out of rock and been homesteading or cattle ranching right along the Green River right here. It is such a beautiful sight and an incredible find. I'm just blown away. I haven't been here before. I'm so glad that I'm up here sharing this with you because, man, this is just, it's stunning. This canyon just keeps on delivering amazing views, running right next to the Green River, that amazing beach area, Swayze's Beach, that stone cabin back there, and we're almost to the reason that I came up here, because I saw a little marking on the map about something that I'm a little bit obsessed with. I'm excited to show these to you. The reason that I came up here was because when I was looking at the map, I saw that there were some petroglyphs on the map. You can see these incredible, stunning petroglyphs behind me. And man, I love pictographs and petroglyphs. It's one of my favorite things about living and exploring in Utah, is that there's so much of it, especially in this area. And these are really, really incredible, well preserved, which is incredible. And look at the detail on these. I've been really taking a long time, just going nice and slow, taking in these incredible views. It's almost 4 o'clock. I have about an hour of daylight left. I was planning on maybe meeting Mike in Green River and then finding a place to camp, but I've seen a couple of cool campsites as I've been coming up here, and it doesn't look like anyone is in them. So I think I'm gonna head and check those out. This is an awesome campsite. I normally don't really do designated campsites. Not that I have anything against them, but typically they're too close together. They get really busy, and Utah has so much incredible dispersed camping that I like to just go to the dispersed camping sites. But there's no one else up here. I haven't seen a single person all day. The other camps are at least a mile away, so we have plenty of seclusion. And this entire canyon is only allowed to camp in these designated sites, and I'm just not going to pass up the opportunity to be here with the incredible views that it is. This is going to make an excellent site. Can't wait for Mike to see it. One of the pieces of kit that I have really not talked about hardly at all, and is one of my favorite, is this Spot X, and today is a prime reason why. I got down here, I didn't know where I was going to be, and it just gave me the freedom to get out and explore with no real concerns. In the past, because I do a lot of solo adventures, what I normally do is map out where I'm going to go and try to stick to that. And what happens is I see something and I want to go check it out, and so usually I just go and do it anyways. And kind of in the back of my mind, I have the idea that, like, hey, if something happens, you're off route, people aren't going to necessarily know where you are if they have to come and find you and help you. And so I picked up the Spot device so that I can have communication when I'm off grid, like where I'm at right now. Now, while an incredibly, sometimes annoying amount of Utah has cell reception, there's still a lot of areas where there's no reception at all, and I like to be able to touch base and communicate where I am. So this does a bunch of cool things. You can use it for, GPS mapping and things. I don't think it's good for that, but what it is really good for is sending out messages in your location. So Mike's going to be meeting me tonight. I wasn't sure where I was going to be camping, so I just told him, hey, once I find a cool spot, I'm going to shoot you out a location pin of exactly where I am, and I can do that with this. I also have it set up to track my intervals where I'm at every 10 minutes, so that my wife or Mike can log in and kind of ping the area that I have been in. But this just really adds a lot of flexibility and peace of mind when you're out doing solo travel. I think my plan is $14 a month, and $2 of that is an insurance policy in case something crazy happens and I need to push this little SOS button, in which they contact emergency services, try to contact me, and if they can't, they end up sending, you know, some type of a rescue team depending on your location. That can just be people in Forest Service trucks, or as in-depth as flying a helicopter to your location to come and save you. So while I hope I never have to use that, and all of my messaging is just letting people know where I'm at, this offers a lot of flexibility and freedom. There's tons of different ones. Garmin has a device. The reason I like this one is it has buttons on the screen that you can use while you're out. And I like that because I don't have to pair it with a device. Some of the smaller Garmin ones you have to pair with a device. So if your phone dies, then you really only have a few functions. You can still do things, but it's a little bit harder. But this just has a keyboard. It's not fast. Like I said, you're not going to carry on conversations with people, but it's a good way that you can let someone know exactly where you are. And then that way, if something does happen and you're out on solo travel, someone can come and rescue or help you out if there's some type of an emergency. Vastly underrated piece of kit. If you're interested, I have links in the description. You can pick one of these up. Well, the more time that I spend at this site, the more and more I like it. There's a huge fire ring. There's plenty of space here for multiple rigs. You could easily put 4 or 5 rigs in here, no problem. There's actually another spot over there that I'm sure you could fit an entire other group in. My guess is during the busy months, it's all taken up. The river's not that far down that way, and before I lose light, I want to go check it out. I should be taking advantage of this light by working on dinner, gathering wood for the fire, but I've been sitting here next to the river just listening to it and kind of soaking everything in. In a lot of ways, it's therapeutic for me. Like, it's so calming, and yet it's like invigorating at the same time. Like, I'm excited to be here and be experiencing it, yet I'm just soaking it in. Reminds me a lot of when I was a kid. My dad would take us, you know, just to all the different canyons where rivers were running down, and we'd go there and just throw rocks in. And I don't know, something special about a running river to me. Molly. Looks like Mike made it.